Hey, what is going on? So this is your stimulus check update information. I want to cover a lot of the new details that are coming out about the Build Back Better plan that Congress has, that President Biden is working on. I want to just cover some of the things that's happening now with the $1,400 checks that could possibly going out to people in 2022. There's a lot of new details coming out. Plus, a lot of the new states are coming out with new programs of getting stimulus out to people in those areas. So I want to cover those. But first, right now, we have this Build Back Better plan that President Biden is trying to get passed in the Senate. It's coming up to a lot of hurdles right now. You have the Senate's going to try to vote on this before they leave for Christmas break on the 15th. But they're going to try to work on this Build Back Better plan. It's already passed in the House of Representatives, so it's done. It's already ready to go. They just have to get it through the Senate. That's the way Congress works. They have the House of Representatives, and then you have the Senate. And then when it gets passed in the House of Representatives, it goes over to the Senate. They got to vote on it too. Just different types of mentalities, different types of people, but they're going to work on that. So before we hit Christmas, it's my goal to have the Senate take action to debate and pass President Biden's Build Back Better legislation. This is what Senator Chuck Schumer said. So Chuck Schumer is the leader of the Senate because he has majority vote of the Democrats. There are 50-50. It's a 50-50 split, but they have a tie with Kamala Harris, who's the Democrat vice president. So they have the 51 votes, and they're going to use the reconciliation process to get this done. He says, with congressional Democrats eager to move on the next piece of his agenda, Biden is scheduled to take Dakota County Technical College in Rosemount, Minnesota on Tuesday. He'll speak about how the infrastructure law will deliver for American people, create good paying union jobs, and lower prices by improving the infrastructure of our supply chains. Biden's trip comes as he's facing new worries over the Omicron variant of the pandemic and persistent inflation concerns. One of the things that people don't understand is that the inflation concerns is basically from these giant bills that these politicians and government creates. When you inflate the money supply, it devalues the currency that we have. So that's why you're seeing prices increase so much. So I would like to see them possibly start to say, hey, look, we're spending too much. We're inflating the dollars too much. We're causing too much inflation out there. And inflation has nothing to do with supply or demand. It has to do with the inflation of the money. And I try to encourage people to pick up some hard assets if you can, because if you leave it in a bank, it's going to get devalued. These checks that are going to be going out to everybody, these stimulus checks, they're not going to be buying much anymore. And if they're going to continue to send out small, tiny little checks, it's not going to be buying much. I mean, they're going to have to come out and say, hey, here's $5,000 for everybody if they want to keep up with inflation. He said the Build Back Better plan passed the House on November 19th and is expected to undergo some major changes in the Senate. The package would create universal preschool, extend more expansive Affordable Care Act subsidies, fund clean energy programs, and provide tax credit for electric vehicles as much as $12,500. The Biden administration has said that the plan would help ease inflation while Republicans are attacking Biden over rising prices and making them campaign issues. So Biden administration says that the plan would help ease inflation. So if you expand the money supply, which is causing inflation, how is that going to ease inflation? So just take that in consideration when you're moving forward. You always want to make sure you're protecting yourself, keeping yourself in hard assets. That way you're not, getting your savings account be stolen from inflation right now. So $1,400 checks are going to be going out to those that did have children in the past year. So if you had a child in 2021 and you filed returns in 2022, you will be picking up a $1,400 check. If you do have a child, you can add them to the child tax credit, and I believe you will receive those payment. It says additional eligible parents will receive $3,600 for the child tax credit that is given to parents in 2020 in monthly installments when tax returns are filed. So that would be good news. I mean, you'd really get a $1,400 check plus a $3,600 check. So it does pay off if you do have children. Personally, I think this is just a stepping stone into a universal basic income that they will be coming down the road. They're going to try to print more money. They're going to try to expand the money supply, and then they're just going to start handing out checks. Right now, everybody has children, and people that are responding to these videos are saying, well, I don't have these children. And I get it. I understand that. I think they have to do it in steps. Eventually, maybe in the next course of the next couple of months, you might hear them talk about we need to get some type of universal basic income, and then they'll work on that. And President Biden will try to get that bill passed. President Biden has really till the 2022, which is midterm elections, and I think that the Democrats are going to get wiped out in both the Senate and the House of Representatives. I don't think that bringing in Republicans is going to make a difference, because Republicans are still going to have their big bills they want to get passed. It's just going to be different. So I think that President Biden has really till the November of 2022, which is going to be next year, less than 12 months to create some type of bill and try to get it passed through the Senate again. So I'm going to keep you updated on the checks for that. But again, states are still sending out stimulus checks. I mean, there is billions of dollars in states that are sending out money. And so Maine has $285 disaster relief program going out, $1,100 payments going out to people in California. So if you do live in California, I think they're coming out with probably a stimulus check, like a third stimulus check, I think, in California, because they have something like $75 billion in reserves. It's just crazy the amount of money that they've taxed people out there, and the money they've received from the federal government. Maryland also has money, $500 for Maryland's poorest families, and then $300 for single filers. So it looks like they're handing out a lot of money to, I guess the poor in the state of Maryland. But some of the other states, Florida, them send out $1,000 bonus checks. Florida's still sending out checks. Also, their Florida governor said that $5,000 is going to go to police officers who want to move to Florida that don't want to take up those mandates in other states. So if you are a police officer and you want to move to Florida, you will be getting, I think, a $5,000 bonus just to come as a police officer in that state. Georgia, Michigan, Tennessee, they all have bonus programs in place to send out stimulus. This is, I think, a lot of these states, they had billions of dollars. Some of the states aren't even sending the money out. They're just going to keep the money. I think they have to give the money back. But I think for right now, they should have probably sent out bonus checks to people in the state that did qualify for that. But that's really what the states are having right now. It's just, they're just trying to get the best they can, I guess, getting payments out until they wait for the federal government to come in and do something else. So if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. I'll try to answer those for you right here in this video. So this is going to be all about the stimulus. So stay tuned to these videos, and I'll keep you updated on all the latest information about what's happening with stimulus and when the next checks will be going.